Hello, dear computational geometry community. My name is Stefan Fischer, and I'm a computer science professor from the University of Lübeck in Germany. Well, a bit of that you can see in the background of this movie here. So I'm a computer scientist, and I'm working on mostly on telematic issues, um, to be more precise, on sensor networks. So everything consisting of small sensor devices distributed somewhere in a larger environment, and with the sensors communicating with each other, but mostly first measuring things, then communicating with each other in order to produce a broader picture of the current situation in the area of the sensor network. Now the question is, how could computational geometry help us in running and analyzing such sensor networks? So an important issue, for instance, is to find out whether you cover and how good the coverage of a certain area is. And for that purpose, it's interesting to know whether, for instance, you have holes in your network, which means whether you have areas which are not covered by the sensors, or where communication between the different sensor nodes is not possible. And detecting holes or detecting the borders of a sensor network, it's meaning the outmost sensors, the outmost nodes of the network, is an important issue. And we found out in earlier work that it's very well possible to use approaches from computational geometry to find out about characteristics of such sensor networks. So actually the work that can be done in your community helps a lot in practical issues for implementing such networks, and for instance, covering a certain event or covering a certain area, and to have confidence in the fact that you really cover this area. So this is an interesting approach, and I'd like to encourage you to look more at at such practical issues. And my impression is that the field of networking, especially of all kinds of networks which belong to or which run in the, let's say, in the real world, so which have a connection to the real world, which are, for instance, cyber physical systems, sensor networks, Internet of Things, and so on, that this could be an interesting field to work in, and I'd like to encourage you to have a closer look onto this. Thank you very much, and have a nice workshop.